My name is Ahmet Kalafat. I'm a qualified lawyer in Turkey. I have recently passed the QLTS assessment on my first attempt. After successfully passing the QLTS assessment, I'm also a qualified English solicitor. I'm Turkish, so I did my law degree in Turkey at Ankara University School of Law. The milestone in my career was an LLM study in the UK at the London School of Economics and Political Science. After that, I found myself in London in an international legal market, and at that point I decided to stay in London and practice as an English solicitor. After working in Istanbul for a few years, I moved to the Middle East. First to Saudi Arabia and then to Dubai, and start working in an international law firm. When I studied in London, that was the career path that I wanted to take, work as an international lawyer. When you say an international lawyer, the first thing that comes to mind is the English law firms and the American law firms that have offices around the world. So QLTS is an opportunity for you to be to work in such law firms. I wasn't planning to take any preparation course. I thought my knowledge is sufficient to pass the exam, but my firm was quite generous and paying for the expenses. So I said, why not, let me take. So that was really how I decided to take a preparation course. And why QLTS? Because QLTS was one of the recommended course providers by our law firm. QLTS was quite successful in preparing us for the exam, and dealing with the time pressure, looking at questions from different perspectives, from the perspective of a normal client on the street. So in that regard, I can tell you, QLTS was really helpful, and I think without a course provider like QLTS, it would have been quite difficult for me to, achieve this result at the exam. They're honest, so they make you aware of your shortcomings and weaknesses from the very start. And secondly, they are quite practical, because what the QLTS exam is, trying to understand is that whether you are ready to qualify as a lawyer and deal with the clients on a daily basis. First of all, it's difficult to plan when you're working on a full-time basis. It first requires commitment to study whenever you have time. So, of course, my weekends were usually booked for studying, and other than the weekends, during the weekdays, after work, it was difficult, but again, I made time at least a few days during the week time to study for the exams. I saw that most of the students, most of the candidates were 80% of them, I can say, were very well prepared, and most of them, including me, spent more than 6 months to study for the QLTS assessment. So I can say that I was prepared enough to pass the test. I'm a banking lawyer. I specialize in banking and finance, so it's a very specialist area. So that is what I've been doing for the last 6-7 years. For the future, of course, QLTS or the English law qualification would give me more mobility in terms of working in different parts of the world and seeing myself eligible for different legal positions around the world. So I don't know what the future holds, but I'm sure QLTS or the English law qualification that I got as a result of the QLTS would really help me, I guess, in the future. Everybody's experience is different, but if I took the QLTS assessment again, I would definitely go with a course provider to prepare for the exam. It was definitely, for me, necessary. And I mean, especially for full-time employees, or for people, you know, who have little time to prepare, a course provider is absolutely necessary. And for me, I mean, I can say that I was satisfied with the QLTS School. On the exam day, most people were prepared, and most people, including me, spent more than 6 months to prepare, 6 months to 1 year. So I guess it's really, they have to actively start studying at least 6 months before the exam time. If they can do it, they should start even before. If they don't have already a common law legal qualification, those people, I think, should definitely consider QLTS as a stepstone to becoming an international lawyer, or working either in private practice law firms or international companies. You need to be a good lawyer. You need to be good, really, good at what you're doing. And otherwise, I mean, in the modern world, if you're not good at what you're doing, you have really little chance. You may have most of these qualities in you as a lawyer, but in the modern world, for these qualities to be recognized, you need to have an international qualification, like a New York bar qualification or an English law qualification. So that is also a requisite at the moment in order to be a modern lawyer.